Okay, so we've learned how to change the color and the type of color that we're using on objects. Now we're going to learn something that will really push forward the realistic, images that you can create. So let's say that you did want to make a wood tabletop. You could mess around with the colors and you could mess around with the noise. This for sure doesn't look like any wood tabletop I've seen. But an easier way to create a wood tabletop would be to use an image that you find from an external source. Okay, so what we're going to do when we do this is we're going to go to the internet, and if you just Google free textures, um, you'll find a bunch of different sites. I think that the first one that comes up, the CG Textures, is a great one. This is a pretty good one too. Okay. And so if we click on this, what we'll find is that it's organized by the types of materials. So we want a wood, and let's say we want an old wood floor that we're making. Okay, so we're probably going to want to do planks old. And what we're going to look for is we're going to look for the type of floor, that we want to create. So let's say we're going to do this one. And there's two images. They look pretty similar, except I don't like that line there. So we're going to go here, and we're going to click on medium. And it's going to say you can save it. And here I'm going to save it as old floor. Okay, so it's saved that onto my computer. And I'm going to go back to my Blender object. Okay, this time I'm going to click on the table. I'm going to go into the shading button and then the textures. But this time, instead of using wood as a texture, I'm going to use an image. Okay. This pops up over here, and it lets me load an image. So the first thing I'm going to do is load. Now, Blender's file system takes a little bit getting used to. Okay, this is the window that you're in. So I'm in my C drive. I want to go to my M drive. So I click on this, and I go down to M. Okay. And then I've got a folder here called Blender Class where I put it. And there's my old floor picture. So I click on that. Now right here, old floor is the file name I need. So I do select image. Okay. What we see here is in my preview window now, I've got a picture that looks like the picture I found from the internet. And if I go back and I render it, what I'll find is that Blender has taken the picture that I found on the web and it's spread it out over the surface of this, creating what looks like an old wood floor. You could do the same thing with the ball. Okay, so let's go and do the ball. I'm going to click on the ball. I'm going to go to the internet. Okay, I'm going to find out that I want this to look, let's say I want it to look like metal. Okay, so I'm going to click on metal. I want that to be a real scratchy metal. So I click. Basically, I'm just looking for something that fits the idea of what I have for the object. Okay, so let's say I take something like this. That might be complicated because it kind of it kind of fades. Okay, I'll take something like this. I'm going to go, and the medium is fine. If I was doing a much bigger picture, I would need a bigger resolution. So I go to save. I'm going to save it as metal. Close. Okay, so I go back into my Blender window, and I'm going to click on the object. Okay. I'm usually in my my material button. I'm going to go to texture. I'm going to add a new texture, and this one I'm going to add is the image. I click on load. I go into my M drive. I go into my folder called Blender Class, and now I've got metal, and I select the image. And now when I preview it, the image has been wrapped around this ball. Okay, so now I have this metal picture wrapped around the ball, and I've got the tabletop or the floor kind of spread out here. And actually, let's make this your next assignment. I want you to try to recreate this pretty precisely using the same pictures that I used or similar pictures. But you want to have a metallic looking ball, and you want to have a old looking wood floor. And then save that as a JPEG and send it to me. Great.